Hello everyone, welcome back. I am in Roanoke, Virginia for Big Lit Comic Con 2023 edition. I have strapped on my camera and I am bringing first person comic book content, that's a mouthful, to you directly in the comfort of your own home. What you're seeing is the line for this event wrapped completely around the Berglund Center. Incredible crowds show up for this Big Lit Comic Con. And it was never more evident here in 2023. So when I go to these conventions, I am looking to trade, I'm looking to buy, I'm looking to upgrade my collection, and I'm looking for specific books. I'm looking for Marvel Spotlight 5, I'm looking for X-Men number 4, First Scarlet Witch, not 1990s. I'm looking for Green Lantern books. I'm looking for big keys that interest me. ASM 50, Silver and Bronze Age books. So if you take a look here to your left, this is the event coordinator. He is the owner of Big Lit Comics and the promoter of this Big Lit Comic Con. And as you can see, the crowds are already starting to file in. This is Big Lit Comics booth. We will come back to that shortly. I'm going to kind of mosey my way through here, meander through these aisles and try to find me some comic books. I come across this gentleman here. I take a look at his wall books, and his prices were not in my ballpark. So I decided to kind of skip to Malou and head on to another booth here. Checking out some of these other areas. This was really cool. Sam De La Roca, the artist on that Venom Lethal Protector cover, he was there. I don't know if he was doing free cigs or what, but he was there. Previously, in the other times that I've been to this convention, down these side aisles, there were some comic vendors that weren't like the big guys on the main row. So I was kind of disappointed to not see as many comic dealers in these side aisles as I had been in the past, because I was actually able to get some really good deals. And believe it or not, when I go to these comic cons and I go to these comic shops, I'm not there to like trigger people or try to get a got you moment. I'm actually trying to find comic books, believe it or not, because I actually like them and I like to collect them. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. The first place I come to is Mario's Comics. And if it wasn't for Mario, this trip would have been a complete waste of time and money, to be perfectly honest. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 50, first appearance of Kingpin, classic cover. This was his better copy. He had that bottom staple was kind of blown out. He was kind of hesitant to submit it to ZGC for grading. He also had a 2.0 that obviously a little bit more beat up. But still presented very, very well. The red still popped. Love that cover, classic cover. Would love to have that in the collection. He also had these Fantastic Four books, Fantastic Four number 112, classic Hulk vs. Thing cover. It's a book that I need for my collection. I've pretty much collected all from 100 to 300. He also showed me this X-Men 94, and we kind of shared our sob stories about how we've overpaid for things. So I was cool with Mario. Mario was a cool guy, and I'm glad he was at the convention. Funny dude, too. There were some dollar books over here to your right, and there were several people that had some pretty awesome cosplay, which we'll see that here in a little bit. Here we go with the Knicks, Knacks, and Paddywhacks. You know me, that's not really my thing. I appreciate it for what it is, but again, not really my thing. Here's the Ghostbusters in a kilt, multiple Ghostbusters in kilts, so that's cool. And then boom, Michael Myers just pops out of nowhere. That dude was scary. That was like a legit cosplay. Really enjoyed that. Here on your left is probably one of the bigger dealers at this convention with the higher end books. This is Bonafide Comics. I believe he's on Instagram. I tried to do some deals with them the last time I was there, and they really weren't interested in my modern 9.8 type stuff, which I completely understand. They did have several books that I had interest in, but again, when I'm bringing my books, I'm looking to kind of trade. but they definitely had some of the biggest stuff here. This gentleman here, I had tried to do some deals with him the last time I was here as well. He was interested in a couple of my books, specifically X-Men number 4, First Appearance of Omega Red, and my first Dr. Aphra, Darth Vader 3, I think it is. He had Swamp Thing. This is the first cameo of John Constantine. This is a book that I really, really want. Swamp Thing's probably my favorite character, and that is a awesome cover. It's a little bit lower of a grade than I would have liked to have seen, but that was kind of what he was willing to trade for. There was another gentleman that kind of came over, kind of started whispering something. I'm not really quite sure what he said, but yeah, there's that. And then Amazing Spider-Man number 50, he had a copy of that. He had first appearance of Kingpin Wilson Fisk, my boy. Wrapping around here, there was a big stage behind me and over to my left, and then I came across this gentleman here. He had some like Pokemon cards and Magic cards and stuff. He also had some slabs. He was interested in my Spider-Man number 1 Todd McFarlane slab, and then my Dr. Aphra slab. The Dr. Aphra slab was pretty hot. People were wanting it. But man, I lost my butt on that slab for sure. So if I sell it now, I'm taking a big hit. But I'm definitely willing to trade that slab. As far as wall books, he didn't have, the big stuff like some of the other dealers. He had a lot more modern stuff, and he had specifically this Dear Becky, The Boys Dear Becky number 1. This is a variant cover. There are different versions of this. I believe this is the less rare one. The more rare one is like a darker, like cloud background or something. I love that cover. I love The Boys. I read the whole series, watched the show. Homelander is one of the best villains of all time, and I really want that book. We don't make a deal. I keep walking here. We're passing Bonafide Comics again. That guy's cosplay was absolutely insane. He had like this metal arm. It was crazy. Kind of moseying my way around here. And I come across another comic dealer. He didn't really have anything. I didn't really even show that. And then I mosey my way back out here to Big Lit Comics vendor site. So when I got there, I told the gentleman that was mining the shop here that I had some stuff to trade for. The owner of Big Lit Comics and the promoter of the show comes over, and he looks at me and tells me that he's not interested in doing any business with me. So I promoted his shop and I promoted his convention the last time I was there. So I don't know. This gentleman here in front of me, he's a fan of the channel, and the guy in the blue on the left, he's like a huge fan of the channel. I really appreciate both these guys. I wish I would have had more time to talk to both of them. I didn't even get to say hi to my buddy in blue. But this dealer is the Baltimore Comic-Con guy. This is the guy that I made the huge deal with. I was here last time. He spots me immediately, knows who I am, and almost immediately tells me to stop filming him. So this is kind of where my footage stops. Shortly after this, I leave. To be perfectly honest with you, it was not a great trip. I didn't really enjoy myself and didn't really get a whole lot of stuff. I did get one thing, which I will show you in just a minute here. This is when he's telling me to turn the camera off. Fantastic Four number 112. I bought this copy. I traded my first Lobo, my Omega Men 3, I believe, and CGC 9.6 for this book, as well as $50 cash. So I would grade this at like a 4 to 5.0. He wanted $249.99 for this. This book is being sold on eBay for around $60 to $100. So needless to say, I didn't get a great deal. No sour grapes about that. Just pointing it out there. I didn't get a great deal, but I did trade something that I didn't have as much interest in to put to something that I'm very interested in, and that's trying to complete a full run of Fantastic Four. Great book, presents very well. Black cover, so those are always kind of tricky. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give the thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.